Now it sounds like Oscar De La Hoya is trying to lay the pillow or something down before Canelo takes an epic fall to Triple G or potentially takes a loss to Gennady Golovkin. It's your boy CJ Goodfella back with the Boxing Clinic. I'm watching First Take, flipping back and forth between Undisputed and First Take. Like I said, I got the morning off, so I'm chilling, taking stuff in, doing more morning work like I used to. And, Oscar's on First Take and says, Max, like, what if Canelo lose? You taking the risk reward, you taking your cash cow and putting them in basically a danger zone. He says, so what if he loses? So what if Canelo loses? Basically, he said, long as he loses, then it's a great fight is all I care about. And Stephen A. Smith chimes in with his don't know shit about boxing ass. Yeah, you got to get rid of the 1 or 2 losses being the end for a boxer. And I agree with him on that. I've been saying that just because a boxer loses don't make it over with. The fans and the media do that. They create that shit. He got lost. He done with. He's sorry as hell, man. He ain't never be the same. It depends on how he takes the loss as well. But it sounds like Oscar knows there's a real possibility of Canelo getting that ass beat. When some people is very confident about their guy going in there, promoters, they very biased. They very confident about the guys going into the fight. And pretty much, from a guy who used to be a former fighter, losing ain't on your mind, as a fighter. That's not even the realm of possibility when you're very confident. It can happen, and the fear of losing drives you. But when you come closer to a fight, fight day, you confident. Especially if you think you're going to win, you're the better fighter. There's no doubts. There's really no doubts about what you're going to go in there and do to that man. Especially when you didn't laced it up and threw hands with him before. And Canelo has threw hands with Triple G before. It sounds like on more than one occasion. I'll talk about that in another video. And that's not on your mind. And Oscar was that fighter when he left Top Rank, fighting everybody, taking losses and robbing motherfuckers as well, and doing what he did. And he says, he just don't sound too confident with me. This is a guy when the fight first was made, saying Canelo knocks him out, in 10 rounds, and he was talking cash shit, and all of a sudden, it sounds like, after school, you had words with a guy, you in school, and the guy really waiting outside the back of the school for to whoop your ass, and you like, oh man, this motherfucker was for real. Oh shit, man, I'll get out of this, man. I will fight. You know how that shit go. You know how that is. You waiting on a motherfucker, he talk cash shit, and he bitching up as soon as you pull up on him. When you ain't got nothing but time. I got time today. And that's what Oscar sounds like to me. He don't sound too confident. Now, I told you guys with Tom Loeffler, K2, the head of K2 Promotions, and Team Triple G, they talking cash shit. They was civil at the press conference for some reason, but they was talking cash shit, saying that Canelo gonna scream no mas. They gonna beat his ass like they did the New York Stock Exchange with the Rock'em Socket robots. It's no doubt in their mind Triple G stops them. They are supremely confident. They are the confident side of this fight. Now Oscar sound like a little itch. Oh, if he loses, he loses. I mean, long as he loses in spectacular fashion. And then Stephen A. Smith says, and only Canelo really doesn't lose the fight. To me, he can't lose. He can't lose. Unless he goes out there and get destroyed in one round, then then he loses. And I'm like, yeah. You know what I'm saying, man. I'm trying to hear that shit. They trying to spin a moral victory. Oh, at least he stepped up and fought Triple G. If it was not an issue for him putting his cash cow in there with Triple G, why didn't they do this shit earlier? Why did they take their time moving up? Why did they give up the belt? I understand they was in a lawsuit, but why was they trying to negotiate? Why make the fight now? Because they have nowhere else to go. Because if they go back down the middleweight, because they can't go back down to 155 after going to 164 and a half. They go down the middleweight. They could have. Billy Joe Saunders didn't want to fight. They tried to set that fight up. They tried to put Billy Joe Saunders on the Lima Smith and Canelo undercard. He didn't want to do it. He wasn't ready. Who was he gonna fight? Willie Monroe, David Lemieux. They weren't about to put David Lemieux back in there with him because that's taking out their second best fighter at the time at this point. And excuse me, somebody outside. That's taking away their second best fighter at this point. So, who was he gonna fight? He wasn't gonna fight Danny Jacobs. He wasn't gonna fight Charlo. Who else out there to fight at middleweight? Curtis Stevens, he got iced. So at the same time, they had nowhere else to go. and they didn't want to let Mayweather, upend them for that Mexican Independence Day coming up this Saturday. So they had to take the best fight available that Vegas was going to take, and Vegas wasn't going to take any other fight but this fight over the Conor McGregor-Mayweather fight, period. And that's why the fight was made. Now they realizing they realizing the closer the fight come, that ass whooping about to come, and potentially the fall is coming. This is the cry from Oscar, and he know the fall is coming. And Triple G is potentially about to deal his boy an ass whooping, and he might not be the same after this ass whooping. Let me know what y'all think. We gone.